to my channel. In the topic work, energy and power, today we will discuss about collisions. Do you know what is the meaning of collision? Is collision only the physical contact of the bodies? Yes, physical contact of the bodies is said to be that two objects are colliding, they come closer, interact and they get separated. But what is collision said to occur between two bodies if one object comes closer to the other and its path is affected by the force of the other object? What I mean to say that collision does not mean that actual physical contact is there between two objects. I am giving you example in the Rutherford alpha particle scattering experiment. Alpha particle is helium nucleus. When alpha particles are bombarded with a large kinetic energy, they hit the gold nucleus. So, when alpha particle come closer to the nucleus, what happens? Distance between the gold nucleus and alpha particle become less, and distance goes on decreasing, then electrostatic force of repulsion goes on increasing. And what happens that when alpha particle goes closer and closer to the nucleus and get scattered in the certain other path, in the certain other direction at some other path. It has been observed that thousands of alpha particles, out of them only one is back scattered. So what I mean to say that actual physical contact is not necessary in case of collisions. Now come to the point, how many types of collisions there? The types of collisions are elastic collision, inelastic collision and partially elastic or inelastic collision. Partially inelastic or you can say elastic. One more category is super elastic collision. These categories are on the basis of kinetic energy. Learn that in every collision which is occurring in absence of external force applied, then what we have learned in Newton's laws, that Newton's second law says that if there is externally applied force absent in a system of the bodies, then initial momentum of the system is same as final momentum, conservation of momentum. In absence of external momentum, the net momentum of the system remains conserved. So in all collisions, what is the quantity which remains conserved? Momentum. What about kinetic energy? It is different as per the collision. So on the basis of kinetic energy, elastic, inelastic, partially inelastic or elastic collision or super elastic collision. What happens in this super elastic collision? What is the example of this? Bursting of crackers. What happens? Kinetic energy increases and potential energy releases when the parts of cracker hits the ground. What happens? Bursting of cracker, when it bursts, then the parts hit the floor forcefully. So potential energy released, kinetic energy increases. On the basis of line of motion, if the two bodies are moving in the same line, they collide and after collision they move again and at the same line. That is, line of motion is same, line of impact is same, then on that basis the collisions are said to be head-on collision. It is also said one-dimensional collision and the other is oblique. Oblique collision means if the line of motion is not same, objects are colliding but they are moving in the same plane, in different direction in the same plane, then it is said to be oblique collision, or you can say two-dimensional collision. Today we will discuss the characteristics of elastic collision. What is elastic collision? Elastic collision is said to be that collision in which momentum is conserved as it is as usual in all types of collision, but kinetic energy before collision is same as kinetic energy after collision. So, first characteristic, conservation of momentum. Momentum is conserved. What will you write here? That is m1 u1 if the object which is moving, this is with the velocity u1, this object is a of mass m1, and if u1 is greater than u2, then what happens? The other object b which is moving in the same direction, those their center of mass are in the same line and its mass is m2. They interact, they collide with each other, and along the same line they get separated, a1 and a and b. So after collision its velocity becomes v1 and the b's velocity becomes v2. What I mean to say, if external force is not there, then momentum is conserved. What will you write here? If the momentum is conserved, then conservation of momentum says m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. This conservation of momentum is before collision, during the collision and after collision. That is, at all instant momentum remains conserved. I am writing here, that is before, during collision and after collision. This is collision. What about the kinetic energy? Second characteristic, kinetic energy before is same as kinetic energy after collision. What does it mean? That whenever the objects moving in the same line, they collide, then during their interaction, one object deforms the other. There is deformation, although it is very less time during they interact. But since the deformation takes place, then one object may come at rest with respect to other. That is, during the deformation, kinetic energy is not conserved. First object, its velocity may be decreasing as compared to the other one momentarily, but it happens. And it is said that since perfectly elastic collision is there, if you say perfectly elastic collision, what happens? That when the deformation is finished, then object regain their original shape. So whatever is kinetic energy changes, it is regained after collision. So it is said that when the objects collide, they get deformed and maybe momentarily their velocity change with respect to each other, and after collision they again, the kinetic energy is again regained. It is ideally said. Practically, when both the objects will collide, some of the energy will be converted into other forms, but ideal perfectly elastic collision, it is said that kinetic energy is again regained. So what kinetic energy? it is conserved before whatever is the value of the kinetic energy before collision, same is obtained after collision, but not during the collision. So, kinetic energy is conserved and where? Before and after, not during the collision, due to the deformation taking place slightly and for the very less time, momentarily. Third characteristic is about total energy. Total energy will remain conserved. Fourth characteristic, you can say that forces involved in the collision are conservative, because in this elastic collision, perfectly elastic collision, there is no loss of energy. Then all the forces involved in the collisions are said to be conservative. And what about mechanical energy? Mechanical energy is not converted into sound, light, heat, etc. Perfectly elastic collision, so no loss of energy. So, mechanical energy is not changed in any other form, that is in light, sound or heat. These are the characteristics of the elastic collision. Let us see what happens if you write the equation for kinetic energy conservation. Then what will you write? This half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square equal to half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. From the first equation, what will you write here? m1, you will write u1 minus v1, bring m1 terms on one side, equal to m2, this u2 minus v2. Look from this equation. So, this is equation number 1. Similarly, from kinetic energy equation, you can write here this m1 u1 square minus v1 square equal to m2 u2 square minus v2 square. This is the equation number 2. Now, what happens that if you see the first and second equation, then the a plus b and a minus b, learn the algebra. What will you do here? If you divide the second equation by the first, what will you get? Look, dividing second equation by the first, m1 will be cancelled. You will get u1 plus v1 equal to u2 plus v2. How? Equation number 2 divided by equation number 1. Okay, this is equation. Then what can you write? This u1 minus u2 equal to v2 minus v1. What is u1 minus u2? Velocity of approach. u1 is the velocity of first object, u2 is the velocity of second object. So, this is called velocity of approach. And what about this velocity of separation? So, 1 marks question is asked, in which type of collision velocity of approach is same as velocity of separation? Elastic collision. Here you can also say that this is the relative velocity of first object with respect to other, and this is the relative velocity of second object with respect to first. So, in terms of relative velocity, you should learn also. Here I am going to introduce another term, that is called coefficient of restitution. It gives the measure of the degree of restitution. What is coefficient of restitution? It is used to distinguish between the types of collision. For example, in perfectly elastic collision and partially elastic collision, what is the value of E? So, what is E elastic? This coefficient of restitution. What is the formula for it? E is equal to ratio of velocity of separation upon velocity of approach, or you can write here it is equal to mod of v2 minus v1, or you can write relative velocity and u1 minus u2. Here this you can write here u1 minus u2, here you can write v1 minus v2. For perfectly elastic collision, E is said to be 1 for perfectly elastic collision. What about E's value greater than 0, less than 1? What about E's value greater than 1? What about E's value equal to 0? So, I told that by this value it is used to distinguish which type of collision taking place. I told about the super elastic collision in which kinetic energy increases. So, this E becomes greater than 1. This is for super elastic collision. What about E equal to 0? Perfectly inelastic. These are the ideal cases. Perfectly inelastic. Actually, perfectly elastic collision is also only the ideal case. Whenever two objects will collide, some of the heat, kinetic energy, will be lost in the converted in other forms, heat, light or sound. This is for partially. So, velocity coefficient of restitution, partially elastic or inelastic. Now, what I derived here, this velocity of approach is same as velocity of separation, and if we have assumed that their line of motion, line of impact of both the objects same, then we can say this is the elastic collision in head-on collision. Head-on means in the same line. If you find here what is V2, this, what will you write here? V2 is equal to U1 plus V1 minus U2, and if you put this value in the conservation of momentum equation, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. In place of v2, if you put the value of this v2, what will you get? Put here this v2 u1 plus v1 minus u2. So, what are you getting here? This, take v1 common, right here v1, what are you getting here? This is m1, so m1 plus what is v1 here common, this m2, you will get plus m2. Okay. Now, how many terms are left? You write here, this is m1 u1 and here this is m2 u1. Bring on this side, then it will become minus m2 and this will be u1. Okay. Now, this is m2 u2 and this is m2 u2 with minus sign. So, what it will become? 2m2 u2. Okay. Divide this expression by m1 plus m2. So, what will you get here? Look, that v1 will be equal to this m1 minus m2 upon m1 plus m2 into u1 plus 2m2 u2 upon m1 plus m2. This is the important expression. You write equation number 3. Final velocity, that is after collision, velocity of the first object. By changing the 1 and 2 subscript, these suffixes if you change, you will get, without solving, what are the values of V2. I am writing here for V2, what will you write? In place of 1 suffix, you will write 2, then you will get the value. Look, what will be V2? V2 will be here M2 minus M1. You will write M2 minus M1, again M2 plus M1. What will be here? It is U1. What will you write here? It is U2 plus 2M2 U2. What will you write? 2M1 U1. And here same M2 plus M1. So what is V2 and what is V1? I am writing here, this is M2, this is M1 minus M2 upon M1 plus M2, and this is U1 plus twice M2 U2 upon M1 plus M2. These are the important expressions, and look what happens in case of elastic collision when both the objects which are colliding, they are of the same mass. Both the objects, they are moving in the same line, head on collision, and they are of the same mass. This is A, this is B. It was moving with the velocity u1 and u2, and after collision its velocity becomes what will be its velocity after collision. Okay, you have to find this. Here this m1 equal to m2 is the condition. This is the case I am discussing. Let m1 m2 is same as m. You can find directly from these expressions. What will be v1? Look here. If m1 equal to m2, then this v1 m1 minus m2, this term will be 0. What here? This m2 m2m will be cancelled. What will be? Only u2. So what will be v1? You will get v1 equal to u2. What about the v2? Again m1 m2 are same, so this term will be, this is here v1. So if you write here this is m2, okay, so this term will be not there. What will be here? This 2 m1 m1 will be cancelled. So what will you get here? v2 will be u1. What is this expression saying? That velocities exchange. A was moving with the velocity u1, and here this is A and this is B. What will be velocity of A? u2. And B is moving with the velocity u2. What will become the velocity of B? u1. This is called velocity exchange. Sometimes it is also asked that in which collision velocity exchange takes place. Directly you can learn and you can get the expression if you know v1 and v2, these expressions. Okay. In the second condition, if we take m1 equal to m2 equal to m, both are same, but u2 is 0. What I mean to say, that second object is at rest. Both are of the same mass, but second object is at rest. Again find v1. In this case what will be v1? Look, u2 is 0, then this case will be, this u2 will be this here v1, this u2 second term will be 0. What about the first term? You are having this v1, and v1 is m1 minus m2 upon m1 plus m2, m1 minus m2, 0, because m1 m2 are same, this will become 0. What about v2? Check here in the v2, this will become 0, m2 m1 and u2 0. What about this? 2 m2 m will be cancelled, only u1. What is this? u1. What is the meaning of this? That if the two objects of the same mass collide in such a way that the second object is at rest, first object hits it, what happens? The second object begins to move with the velocity of the first one, and the first object comes to rest. What is v1? 0. So in this way you have to learn. Third case, if m1 is very large as compared to m2, and the same condition u2 is 0. In this case, you can suppose that this is a truck and its velocity is u1 initially. It hits the cyclist. Its velocity u2 is 0, stationary. What happens after collision? Look, what will be v1 here? You will neglect m2 and u2 is 0. Look, in v1, since u2 is 0, this term will be 0 and m2 is neglected. What will you get here? m2 is neglected, then m2 here, this is m1 will be left here, then this m1 and this m1, only v1 will be equal to this u1. What about v2? Look here, this m2 minus m1 and this is but u2, then this first term will be 0 and m2 is neglected again. What will be here? This 2u1. So what will be v2? It will be 2u1. This expression says that if m1 is very large as compared to m2, then what happens? First object begins to move with its own velocity, unaffected. Earlier it was u1, after collision it is u1. But the second one, whose mass is negligible as compared to first and it is stationary, after the collision it will move with the twice of the velocity of the first one. Truck and cyclist, then truck will be moving. Suppose truck hits the cyclist, then truck's velocity will not be affected, but cyclist will move with the double of the speed of the truck. Now the last case is reverse of it, that if m2 is very large as compared to m1 and u2 is 0, what will you say? Let's take again the example of truck and cyclist. In this case, cyclist is moving with the velocity u1 and truck is at rest. This u2 is 0. What happens? Imagine that a cyclist hits the standing truck. What will happen after collision? Look, what will be v1? Calculate v1 here. What is neglected? m1. If you neglect m1, then you will get this minus sign will make v1 equal to minus u1. Will you get or not? What about this second term? It will become 0. In case of v2, look, m2 is more than m1. m1 is neglected. So this m1 is neglected. So here you will get u2 and here 2 m1 u1 upon m2 plus m1. So in this term u2 is 0. So this term is 0. This is 2 m1 u1 upon 2 m1. So what will you get here? This m1 is also very less. So this v2 will be 0. What is the meaning of this statement, this result? That a truck which is standing, a cyclist comes and hits the truck. Mass of cyclist is m1, which is very negligible as compared to truck's mass, heavier object. After collision, the cyclist may rebound in the opposite direction with the same speed and truck will remain standing. Earlier u2 0, after v2 0. Another example can be given, that a ball hits the wall and rebound. Then this is u1, this is minus u1, wall remains stationary at its own place. So in this way all cases are discussed. I am going to discuss very interesting example in the first case. I think all these three cases, first, second, third, fourth. You must have noted. Look, there is a smooth circular surface, a spherical surface, or you can think about the ring. This is circular ring. Okay. From the top point, two objects move. Top point is, suppose this point is P. One object A moves with the velocity v in this direction along the surface, and the other object moves with the velocity 2v in this direction along the surface. Surface is smooth, there is no friction. Question is, after how many collisions these two objects or balls, you can say, will meet again at this point P. This is B, second object, and this is A, first object. Initially this velocity is shown to be tangential. Look, how will you solve? What is my question? That after how many collisions they will meet again at this point P. Look, if we cover certain distance, this object A moving with the velocity v, then B is moving with the velocity 2v, then along the tangent at each and every point, it will cover double of the distance of the A. So if we divide the total circle in 3 equal parts, suppose like this, okay, then when this A object will cover this path and come here at the point B, who is coming? A. Then in that duration the ball B will come. The ball B at this point, suppose this is P, this is P dash. So at P dash, A will come with the velocity v and B will come with the velocity 2v, so double of the distance. So the B has come here with the velocity 2v. What will happen? Both are of the same mass. M1 and M2 are same. What is the condition? Perfectly elastic collision. We have seen that velocity exchange takes place. What will happen? Now the A and B, their velocities will be exchanged. So from P dash, what will happen? This A will move with the velocity 2v, and what is the direction of velocity? So in this direction, velocity exchange. So what will happen? The A from this point will move 2v, first part and second part. So A will come here, okay, this is the point, suppose this is point P double dash. So A will come here. What will happen? This B, its velocity will be exchanged. What will become? Earlier it was 2v, then now what it will become? V, and it will come back here, and here the second collision. First collision here when A comes with the velocity v, B comes with the velocity 2v. Second collision when B comes with the velocity A comes with the velocity 2v and B comes with the velocity v here. Now what will happen here? Since this B has come here, now its velocity was v. What will become? Again that B's velocity will be 2v, then it will move with the velocity 2v and A with only v. So A was earlier in this direction, now B will move in this direction with the velocity, and A will move in this direction with B will move in this direction. Look, B was moving in this direction, now B will move with the velocity 2v to come at the point P, and A, it was moving with the velocity 2v in this direction. Now velocity will exchange, then it will move from this point to this, covering only the 1/3 length. So again they will meet at this point P after the third collision. The third collision will take place when they will come and meet here. So in this way there are so many questions based on all categories. Learn the question and learn the characteristics of each type of collision. You will solve any of the objective question as well as the numericals asked in board and competitive examinations. I hope you must have enjoyed perfectly elastic collision. Thank you.